I don't know why you blue collar guys like to get up so dang early.
I always complain about getting up early, but then when you do, you're like, oh yeah, that's why you get up early. I'm always just really inspired by what Chris and Anna built with RYNO, because they've managed to attract the baddest operators in the industry. And it's really cool to just walk in a room and to see $2 billion worth of, operators standing around talking about what's working, what are they doing, what are the moves. And it's just like, it's cool to see a marketing agency go to that level, because so many marketing agencies that you bump into out there are just not doing it right. And they're doing it right when you have those names in the room. So, super stoked to be here.
Ken?
Yeah, so this is the mastermind session. To me, this is Super Bowl, the entire event. It's because all the attendees submitted their challenges that they're either currently facing or about to face, and they're sitting with the people who actually have the solutions. So this mastermind session is 1 of 2, and it's where they actually get to come and walk out with the solutions to their problems that they came up with.
Let them come up with their own solutions, even if you don't agree, because if it's their idea, it'll work better anyway.
Never underestimate the value of being around the right people and getting into the right rooms. One of my rules is you don't say no. If somebody wants to hang out, somebody wants to do something, and you have the opportunity to be around people that are doing bigger and better things than you take that opportunity 100% of the time. You never know what can happen when you're around the right people.
I was actually sharing your story with my wife, and she was like, wait a minute, this guy started fixing windshields, and now he's got a software business? So I'm like, yeah, well,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Just about to go on stage here at RYNO X. Getting a little nervous. Not really, I don't get nervous. Jeff, who's the DJ? Who's my slide guy?
Mission sponsor, Ryan for CHIIRP.
Come on, everybody, come on, let's get the energy going. Okay, round of applause for me, huh? Day sponsor. Let's go, come on now. We gotta wake up, that bread was heavy. All right, great lunch. Thank you, Smart AC, right? All right, are we up? Sweet. All right, thank you guys so much for taking a minute to listen to me. I'm gonna try to bring the heat, just, I'm trying to make everybody, have some fun a little bit. My name is Ryan Fenn. I'm the CEO of a company called CHIIRP that I started about 8 years ago. I wanna tell you a little bit of a backstory. I've always been an entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurship. It's my passion. I love the idea of it. I love selling. I love when I see kids get into it. I just love entrepreneurship, and I've loved it since I was a little kid. I used to sell gumballs at school, and I dropped out of high school when I was 16 because I just wanted to sell stuff. That's all I wanted to do, is just sell. And I was selling stuff all through my teens and 20s, just figuring things out. And then I had my first son when I was 27. And that's when things got really serious for me. Obviously, I had a new mouth to feed, and I had to lock in to my entrepreneurship. And I was working for a guy at the time. I was selling windshield repair. Chip would hit a windshield, you'd come to the car wash, we'd look at your windshield, and I would fix it for you right on the spot. And it turned out, I was working for that guy for just a few months, and it turned out he was doing shady stuff with the company, with the customer's information. It was very devastating to me because I really enjoyed that job, but I knew I couldn't work for this guy because he was stealing people's identities and doing crappy stuff. So I quit, and it was pretty scary. I had this young, my kid was only 3 months old at that point. I had just moved to Utah from California, and I decided that I was just gonna start my own windshield repair business. I had saved up $500. I ordered a kit online. It came in the mail, And I started knocking doors because I didn't have a car wash to do this at. So I started knocking doors, selling windshield repair. And I would see, I had this idea in my head. I saw gas stations and I thought, man, all the cars are coming through the gas station. That would be awesome. But how would I bridge that gap between somebody coming into a gas station and then getting them to do windshield repair, right? That was a big gap for me. And I was visiting my parents in California, and we went to this gas station. We were driving around somewhere, got into a gas station, and I saw this girl. She was washing people's windshields. And I was like, dang, that's smart. And I looked at her shirt and it said CHIIRP repair. And I was like, oh, she's smarter than me. And I immediately went home and I was like, man, I think I figured out a way to bridge that gap, right? And so I went to this gas station near the apartment we were living in. I went to the owner, I said, this is what I wanna do. As people come in, I wanna wash their windshields, and if they have a chip, I'm gonna offer to fix it. He says, go for it. So that Saturday I started. Cars started coming in and people were coming in to get their gas. I'd walk up. Tommy makes fun of me because it's like, oh, you were the homeless guy at the gas station, right? And they would come in and I'd say, hey, welcome to Mike's Chevron. Can I wash your windshield today? And 9 out of 10, as I would take the little check marks, 9 out of 10 would say no. No, thank you. No, thanks. No, thanks. No, thanks. No, thanks. So if I saw 100 cars in a day, I had to create opportunity with 10 windshields, right? And about 25% have damage. And so I could only see 2 or 3 chips in a day, and it wasn't gonna work. And I was like, man, that girl, she must have been doing something different. So I started to think about it, and I realized that the words that I was using were creating a dam, or they were blocking the opportunity. I was saying, thank you for coming in. Can I wash your windshield today? I switched up the words just slightly. If you don't know, if you're not a salesperson or into this stuff, you wouldn't notice the difference. You'd think I was saying the exact same thing, but all I changed was, hi, welcome to Mike's Chevron. As a courtesy today, we're washing everybody's windshields. So number one, I created the FOMO, right? Hey, everybody's doing it, and I'm just assuming the sale. We're washing windshields, and I would just go in and start washing the windshield. And I went from 10 opportunities out of 100 to 90 opportunities out of 100 by switching 3 or 4 words. So I switched up 3 or 4 words in my pitch, and it changed everything, an unlocked opportunity, and I had my first $1,500 day at the gas station. Super cool. Now, I bring this up, I'm gonna touch on this a little bit more as we go, but I wanted to just kind of set the tone of the importance of words and how much just even the slightest change in what we do can unlock opportunity or completely close the door to opportunity.
Okay, here's my spots. I'm gonna focus on these several things to get the foundation solid to take us to the next level of growth.
I think the first thing is I just took the first 90 days and I just observed. I just tried to listen. I just tried to ask questions. I tried to be as curious as possible. I was trying to figure out what we were really good at.
There's something to be said too, is don't anoint people with leadership. Hire somebody that's been where you want to go, that has the emotional intelligence to handle it.
And she said, Tom, that equity is going to be worth a lot more than 500 grand. And I said, you don't know that. I could go bankrupt, I could fail, I could do all these things. And she said, Tom, I think you're the only one in the room that doesn't believe in you. And it was a while later that all of a sudden I started realizing, like, these guys, like, they put their pants on one leg at a time. Like, there's nothing that they're doing that I can't do. They might be smarter than me, but there's people a lot dumber than me, Exhibit A, that did well. So, I can do it too. And really, I think that's the thing that started getting me going and building faster.
Now, if you remember what I said earlier, people say, oh yeah, I follow up with my leads, I follow up with my leads. Do you know for sure that the words that you're sending are giving you 90 opportunities out of 100, just like at the gas station, or are they giving you 10 opportunities out of 100? Is there a word in your text message that's killing your deals? Is there a sequence that's killing your deals, or is there a sequence that's opening opportunity? And AI is helping us discover that. So now We know the precise timing, language, sequence, cadence, and channel that converts and closes estimates and drives repeat revenue. We're able to see all these little patterns that we never could have known before. Like, for example, who would have known that Monday morning between 7 and 9 a.m. is the best time to send an estimate follow-up or an estimate rehash message? That's the time you get the highest response rate. We never would have known that had we not plugged in AI to our data, okay?
Like everybody says, like, you know, get in the right rooms. There's no better definition of the right room than RYNO X. Like, if you can get into this room, you are around the people that you know are gonna elevate you, they're gonna lift you up, they're gonna show you things you didn't know before. And there is no better way to describe a better room than this place. It's awesome.